Hey guys, how are you going? And welcome to Crazy Cracker Plans. You're here for another plan with me, and we're going to be planning from the 1st to the 7th. And I'm going to be using these 3 Happy Planner books from Mambi. So if you're interested to see what I do, stay tuned. Okay, so I'm going to start with some florals because I really love this flower book and I wanted to use some more flowers this week. So I'm going to go with these like rose sort of looking ones. I think that's what they are. Anyway, they're pretty and I love them, and they're a little bit big as well, so I'm going out of my comfort zone again by taking up more of a box than I normally would, but I'm really enjoying using these, so I'm going to have a go and see what it works like. I'm using a voiceover today because my kids were all home from being sick or having different things, so it was just easier to film it with no sound and then just to talk over the top of it. So I hope that's okay. Some weeks that's just how it is. So I wanted to share with you guys, obviously you know that we're in a new house, but to pay the rent, I'm needing to have a job, and I did have a casual job at one place. I'm a childhood a childhood educator, and I was doing casual, but I needed something a little bit more permanent because I may not always get the amount of hours that I needed, and I wanted to make sure that I would always be able to get the amount of hours that I needed all the time. Because I have to work that difficult shift that's sort of like the between hours, like the 9:30 to 2:30, I'm not... it's not great hours for someone to sort of want to go, yes, I'll hire you for a long time, because they need people earlier and they need people later, and because I have to drop the kids off at school and then pick them up afterwards, and then I have them all the time, I can't do anything other than in between school hours. So finding a workplace that's okay with that can sometimes be a struggle, but thankfully I have now developed a lot of good friendships and relationships in early childhood centers, and because of that I got offered a job. I got offered a few actually, but one in particular really just ticked all of my boxes. They said they were happy to work within the hours that I needed, and they were happy to make it a permanent thing so that I would never lose any hours. So that was really, really good. And they went above and beyond with what they offered. So I'm very grateful and thankful for that. And so I start my job this week. So on the 3rd, on the Wednesday, I start my new job. So I'm looking forward to getting into the new center, getting into my room, and really making it feel like, I don't know, it's mine. Not mine, no, but just seeing where it's at, really understanding where it's at, and then helping it to grow to something even better. So I've just put these flowers around. I love how they're already like corner cut and that sort of thing. You did see there that I just moved a couple of stickers because I didn't like how they were sort of fitting. So I did just sort of move them around a little bit more. I love the colors. I love how it looks. And now we're going to add some black boxes. I was thinking of going with pink or green, but then I decided that it would just be too much pink and green since the flowers are taking up a fair amount of the page. So I went with some black ones instead. I really love this box sticker book. I wanted the original one, but I don't think they make it anymore. And I just really wanted the boxes to be able to use so that when I do these kind of spreads where I just have at it and don't really have a plan, it's very handy to have those black boxes or colored boxes that I can just then use to create a spread. So this is very different from the kits that I normally use, and I love kits and I'm always going to love kits. But I definitely love just creating something from scratch as well, and I think I definitely did that with this spread and I really love it. I hope you'll stick around to the end to see how it turned out, because it was a lot of fun creating this, and I just feel like it really pops. I really like it. This is going to be one of those ones that I'll look back in the end of the year and go, oh yeah, that was this spread. I remember that. I don't know if you look back at yours and have some spreads that make you feel like that, but it's just, I don't know. I know you're not drawing anything or creating anything like that, but it's still like an artistic thing in a way, because you're, going from a blank page into something that's so much more. And I suppose it's that for me. It's just that fun, creative vibe that you can get with them. So I'm just picking out some different size boxes. I'm trying to think what I've got on. I really should have a little list next to me with what's coming up. I never actually do. And then I always say to myself afterwards, oh, I should have written down somewhere on a list and had it with me what's coming up for this week. Because, I write it in my planner. It's there. Why am I not looking at it when I'm creating the spread? So I'm just working off of memory, trying to remember what I've got coming up this week, to put boxes on particular days where I'm going to be needing something. So obviously on Sunday, the big box there is just to write down church and if we did lunch and that sort of thing. And then on Tuesday, we have a birthday party to go to at the lake. So that's what that one's for. I don't even remember what the one for Monday... Oh, student free day. So the kids aren't at school on Monday because they've got the day off. And I don't remember what's on Saturday either. But there must have been something. But I think after I picked the main couple of things, I then just did put a couple of boxes around as well. These top three are to do with work, so they're to say when I'm at work. I really love how the black goes with the pink and green. I think it just stands off the page so much, and I really love it. I did end up moving where I put the work boxes as well, just a little bit, not very much, but I did move them. I just felt that they were in too much of a straight line, and I didn't love it. And soon I'm going to grab a couple of girls as well from the Wrong Girls sticker book, just to add something other than flowers on here as well. I really love having a couple of girls on the page. So the ones I've got are like holiday ones. They're like going places, I think is the one. Wrong going places. Because it was the one that was on special. So it was the one that I bought. So they don't always sort of go towards what I'm sort of wanting to portray, I suppose. But they're just gorgeous looking ladies dressed in gorgeous looking clothes. So it doesn't really matter whether they're, matching or not matching. So I saw this girl with the Paris hat and the flowers, and I just felt like that would go really nicely since I'm using flowers. So I ended up going with that sort of vibe. And then because she had the Paris hat on, it sort of then inspired me to pick a couple of others that seemed a bit Paris-y themed as well. So it's sort of like a Paris-y and flowery themed. Now this girl I moved a couple of times because she just wasn't sitting where I wanted her to sit. I really love that sticker. The one where they're holding the flowers is just so nice. And I tend to wear striped shirts. I don't always, but I do have a couple of them, and I tend to wear them, so I could relate a little bit. So I sort of made it look like she was coming from the box a little bit. I didn't like that flat line, like where the sticker finishes. So I decided to add a few more flower stickers to sort of take away from that a bit, because it was just too icky. Flat square, I don't know. I didn't like it. And I ended up then adding enough flowers that it's sort of, I was going to go with just something little like that, and then I thought, no, let's just go all out. I can easily just put a box over the top of the flowers if I needed to write anything extra in. And I can write in the white space as well, so, you know, there's room to put stuff, and I can easily just change it. So just finding where I want it to sit and shoving it in the middle, basically, and connecting those flowers. And then I decided to keep it going because it sort of now looks like that bit connects to the other bit on the other page, and it just sort of flows through, and I just really liked that. I thought that was cute. And then I'm just deciding if I want another girl or not on the page, because I've already got two, and I'm just thinking, did I want one more or not? And that is the choice. Anyway, how are you all going? I hope you're having a wonderful week. How? Tell me, how is it already November? I don't understand. There is only 2 months left of this year. There is only just over a month left until Christmas. Like, I can't even. I have a lay-by I have to pay, and I've still got to organise Christmas presents. We've only just moved into this house, so I still have boxes everywhere. I need to get more stuff here from where I was before. And, oh my gosh, I'm running out of time to get organised. But it'll happen. I'll get there. How are you guys? Are you organised for Christmas yet? Have you got everything that you want ready, or are you going to wait till it's a little bit more last minute? We've been advised, if you're in Australia, we've been getting advised to shop early because things might take a while to get there. And I must admit, I did pick up on this a little bit because I was in Kmart today, and a lot of the stock was not there. Like, it was pretty empty in a fair few places. So I think I'll be jumping on Christmas presents as soon as I possibly can, but working off of a very minimal budget at the moment, because I haven't been working very much, is very, very tricky. So I think this year is going to be very tight. So I put this box down there to do as my tracker box and my next week box and all that sort of thing in one go. And then I chucked another Paris-y looking girl down there as well. I love her t-shirt. It says ooh la la. And she also has a Paris hat on. So the three of them do, which made it so that they match really well together. Plus, I love where I got her to sit right in the middle of those two boxes, and it just fit quite nicely. So I'm just adding another box or two to make sure I don't actually have anything specific for those boxes, I don't think. I'm just putting them down to fill a little bit of the gap in. But I'm starting to be okay with the gap. I'm normally not, because I normally use kits, and so I normally fill up the whole entire page, and I use it all too, so I normally have it filled. But I'm starting to, because of these sort of spreads, I'm starting to like the gaps a little bit more. And writing in them is, it's okay. So I'm just having a look at my seasonal books just to see if there's anything that I want to use from there in the book. I was deciding to sort of see whether I wanted to put like a couple of dots down, so then I would write next to the dot, like in the clear space where it's empty, because there's not a box there. I thought maybe if I put like a dot or something, and then I would write next to that. But after I stuck a couple down throughout the spread, I decided that I didn't like it. And I ended up pulling them off anyway because they just didn't match and it didn't work. I didn't like it. So I just yank them back off again just as quickly. I think I end up just moving a couple of things, and then I'm pretty satisfied with it. Like, there's space to write stuff if need be. And I just sort of let it go. So I'm just checking if I want to add any more boxes to it. And then I decide whether I want to put any more boxes down, but I really think that there is enough, so I don't end up putting any more, because then it would be like box overload. And mainly I'm just looking at the couple of spaces on the side, which I think would look better if they had flowers there. So I end up getting the flower book back out and sort of see if I can put a couple more on, just to cover up the few sort of gaps on the side there. I really enjoyed using the flowers out of this sticker book. I left the darker ones mainly. See, there's the darker sort there and then the lighter sort. So I'll probably do a future spread with the darker flowers and focus more on the darker colours. But this time around I tried to pick mostly the lighter ones. These leaves on this one that I'm putting down now are a lot darker than the other ones I've used, so I felt that it didn't exactly match, but it was all right, because there wasn't any more of the lighter rose sort of flowers left, so I sort of had to try and make the darker one sort of work a little bit. So I end up putting one down there near her feet to cover up that little gap, and then just because it doesn't fit properly, obviously I'm just going to have to trim it. So I just chop off the I don't like the overhang on the bottom, because it's the only area where there would be overhang. So I cut that off, as well as the side there where it joins into the flowers, and then the side that it's coming off on, like on the edge. So I chopped that off as well, though I didn't do the best of jobs in keeping it straight, but what you gonna do. And that other sticker that I end up moving shortly, the black box, I end up putting it down and don't stick it straight, and I didn't notice until afterwards. So I have straightened it now, but you'll see when I stick it down that it's really not as straight as I would like, but I do fix that as well. I'm looking forward to this week, actually. I don't know, I've been very low on energy with moving house and doing all of that sort of stuff. I've been very tired, but I'm looking forward finally to getting back to things and getting some sense of routine, albeit for only a little while, and then the kids will be back on holidays again with Christmas and everything, and then I'm going to have to re-figure out how to do stuff again because the kids will all be home, but I will still have to work, so I'm going to have to figure something out there. But that's all right. I will sort it out and it will be fine. And then I end up covering up the November. I don't actually like that the numbers up there. I don't see the point in having them on this, because I have them on the monthly and the year in advance and all that sort of thing. So I never feel the need of having all those little numbers of November up on just a week. So I always cover that up, because it does, I don't know. It's probably just a silly thing to do with me. And then I stick this little bit of a flower down on the side there, but I end up deciding that I don't love that later on too, and I remove it. I just put it there to sort of hide that last little number that I couldn't get at. But I end up removing that too, because it actually, I just don't like it as much. So here I am trying to move this silly box, because I think they're too next to each other, and I don't like that. So then I try and move it, and I split the thing in half and fully bust it, and it's completely broken. So get rid of that sticker and go in search of another one exactly the same size. And I will not rip this one. It was really stuck, like it didn't want to come up. Normally I can move them around a few times and it's okay, but this one did not want to come up. Anyway, so I stick this down so it's in a little bit of a different spot, and I didn't realize that it's on an angle and not straight. It's looking at you. Ugh. Anyway, I fixed it up so it's now straight, so it's all good. And I'm looking forward to using this spread so very much. I think it's so cute and it's enjoyable to look at and just to use, and I'm looking forward to it. And I hope you enjoyed this plan with me, guys, and if you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and ring the little bell if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're not already. We'd love to have you join this Crazy Cracker family here on YouTube. We are getting closer and closer to the giveaway. So yeah, please like, subscribe, and remember, guys, while you're waiting, keep on planning. Bye.